Alright y'all, it's your boy Zxous, and in today's video I want to dive into all the characters that should be coming out, possibly still with the remainder of this year, in terms of like base characters and Pilgrims, of course, not limited characters or anything like that, or not even collabs as well, because I just don't know who they're gonna pick for limiteds and collabs. But I'm talking about the characters I am 110% expecting to come out next year, 2026. Obviously this year we finally got Elysion, and I think Elysion and obviously Naruto was more introduced this year. Like literally her whole thing was like the last few months was a whole setup, like their entrance, her whole setup, and then anniversary she drops, right? Where Elion's kind of been in the game for so long, and I feel like now, especially with Goddess Fall, and once you've read that story and stuff like that, and honestly not only just that story, but once you get into chapter 41 and 42, you kind of realize that we are entering a new era of Nikke. And I'm talking about like a not a full like overload or a full revamp, but I'm talking about like a full sweep of like, well, not a full sweep, but I'm talking about like we're gonna get a lot of new characters, you know what I mean? So I want to go over the said characters that I feel like should be playable somewhat next year, and the characters that I think will be playable, and characters that I don't think will be playable that a lot of people do want to be playable. So subscribe and like, and let's get into it. Now the first character is Loki. I don't actually think she's gonna be playable. Like there's nothing, I know a lot of people like are saying like they want her to be the next character in Nikke. I get it, like she's very really nice looking. I just don't think she's gonna ever be playable, right? Unless they make something like for her to be playable. I don't know. I feel like if she was playable, they definitely would have like I feel like her event would probably be more of like a bike race event with her and Sugar. I think that's what it should be. Loki, just to have a bike race, her, Drake, and Sugar have a bike race. Her, Drake, and Sugar, but Drake is using a car, not an actual bike. But this is a character that everybody wants, right? She's in the newest chapter and stuff like that. Everybody wants her. I don't think she's gonna be playable whatsoever. I really don't. But if she ends up being playable, then I'll be there. But if she's not, then I just don't think she's gonna be playable, to be honest with you guys. Honestly, I think this character might be the next character we get in Nikke, like 2025 after the anniversary. I feel like Avista is the character we will get completely next. Her and that other girl, I forgot the other girl's name, but more Avista. One, she's like quite relevant in the main story right now. Not only that, she's a character that's been introduced earlier this year, and a character that should be coming out, right? If I remember correctly, she's part of the Elysion faction. And this year, like I said, is Elysion's year, right? We've been getting a lot of Elysion characters, where in 2024, we kind of got miscellaneous Tetras. In 2023, it was all Tetras, realistically, all right? So I feel like this character might be the next character coming out, but if not, she will 110% come out 2026, right? 110%. Obviously, Behemoth is another character. This is a Pilgrim that I expect to be either the half anniversary or anniversary. I just don't see a world where this character is not coming out in 2026. Her and Leviathan, there's no possible way that she and Leviathan are not coming out next year. I just will not stand for it, you know what I mean? It has to be, obviously, right? I'm gonna skip some, right, because like I said, there are some things here that I don't want to spoil for you guys, right? So there is that. But yeah, her and Leviathan 110% need to be playable next year, right? I don't think they'll come out this year. I don't think so at all. There's no more Pilgrims coming out this year, unless we get a limited like winter Pilgrim. But even that would still be a Pilgrim that's already in the game as a playable character, not like somebody new, right? I don't have any hope for Drilly in them anymore. Drilly hammering, maybe Liverin, I have hope for her, but I think when it comes to Drilly and hammering, I just don't have hope for them anymore. Like if they actually became playable, very cool, right? But I just don't see a world where they're gonna be playable anymore, right? I think these characters, if they were supposed to be playable, right, they would have been playable, because these guys were introduced, I think, even last year. I don't think they were introduced this year. I think they were introduced last year. So I just don't have any hope for Drilly or Livering. Oh, this is the other girl, Ayiri. This is the girl that's supposed to come out with Avista, right? Or Avistar. She's also in Elysion. So if they are going to have another character coming out this year, I think the next one will be her and Avistar. If not 120%, 2026. But I do feel like these characters are going to be the next characters coming into Nikke, just because right now, unless it's a brand new character, like generally, unless it's a brand new character that's never been shown in Nikke before, there's just no way it could be anybody else, right? Because who else does, Papillon, I guess? But like, I don't even think she's gonna get a playable character, to be honest. At this point, I just don't think she's gonna get a playable character. Maybe 2026, but I don't know. Fragile, I still don't think she's gonna happen either. She's kind of the same thing as like Drilly and Hammering. I think she's not gonna get a playable character this year, but she can next year. I'm pretty sure she's part of Elysion, right? If you guys take a look right here, yeah, Fragile is right there. She's part of the Elysion Corp, so she could definitely be playable as a support in 2026, but other than that, I just don't see it happening this year whatsoever. Maybe 2026 if they remember she exists. Now, these characters, Gretel and Hanzo, I do actually feel like these characters will be the anniversary characters. The next anniversary we have, which will be the 3.5 Annie, I think it will be these characters, right? I think Hanzo and Gretel will be two different characters, or Nikke is going to do the first ever dual character thing. I feel like that's what should happen with these two characters, but they are two separate characters. They are like, you know, they're twins or whatever, but they are two separate characters. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when it comes to Hanzo, when it comes to Gretel, either they're going to be two separate characters, which is what it seems like is going to happen, or they're going to be the first ever dual character, as in like, you're using two characters on one field, and maybe you can even switch between them or something. I think that'd be cool if Nikke introduced like some type of tag team switch mechanic, because that will unlock so much new. I feel like there's so many little things in games, right? And especially gacha games, right? I feel like there's so many little things that if they do it one time, it unlocks the possibilities for so many different things. For example, if they ever made Gretel and Hanzo the first ever dual character that you could switch between characters mid-battle, that unlocks multiple dual characters. That means off rip, I can already see Gretel and Snow White getting a character. I can already see Dorothy and Peony getting a character. I can already see Anissa and Rappy getting a character. Freaking Little Mermaid and Leviathan. These are things, like little things that they can do for one single character that unlocks a whole new world of characters, right? And essentially, it would just be the characters we have now, but it would be hype. Like, I think people would actually be hyped for a Rappy and Anise combo character, or a Little Mermaid and Leviathan combo character. You know what I mean? But again, it's just the little things that they can do for that to happen. Other than these characters, I don't really think, like, I think everybody else realistically is going to be a new character, right? Because who else is there in the game besides, again, like I said, Leviathan, right? Besides Leviathan, Behemoth, and Zxous, right? And then obviously like Drilly, and Hammering, and Fragile, and Liverin, and I guess Loki to an extent, and then Avista and the freaking Iuri. Who else is in the game that we know of that like needs to be playable now, right? Indivilia, I don't think she's gonna get playable. I feel like they're gonna like just neglect Indivilia for so long. That's one, right? Because now Lilywise, if you guys know the story, Lilywise could be playable, right? Maybe not. I mean, honestly, this Lilywise right here could be playable too, right? Maybe it wouldn't be the Lilywise that we're thinking of in the sense of like good, like goddess Lilywise, but this Lilywise 110% could be playable now as well. That is something that can 110% like happen, right? And this is what I mean. Just count on Nikke. The Lilywise that is currently in the story, in the goddess event, right? The goddess fall event, that Lilywise 110% could be playable. 110% could be playable. She doesn't have to be the goddess, goddess of freaking goddess squad Lilywise. She could just be the queen Lilywise or whatever, right? And if that's spoilers, shame on you. You should have been read this story, right? I don't think anybody else is gonna come out though. I don't think. I think everybody else will be new characters, because I'm looking through my like the list here, and nobody else seems like they're gonna get it, right? Papillon, I have no hope for you, honestly. You're something that like I feel like you should get a playable character. I really do think you should get a playable character, but I just have no hope for you getting a playable character. For some reason, I just don't feel like you're gonna have it. I feel like Nikke is gonna gatekeep this character for the next 3 years for some god awful reason. 2027 is your year, I feel like, but 2026, I just don't have the feeling you're coming out in 2026 for some god awful reason. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. Other than that, I mean, I don't have hope for Rose and Mirror or anything like that. No hope for them at all. Red Shoes, no hope for them. You could scrap that whole idea. They're never going to be playable. I just don't have any hope for them. And then that's really it, right? So I think besides those characters that I kind of went through already, everybody else is gonna be new, right? Because like Zxous, literally the only characters that we're looking at right now that are playable, majority of them are Pilgrims, and then freaking characters that are either dead in the story now or just like they're not relevant right now for them to ever be a playable character, right? And they don't have to be relevant in the story to get a playable character. That's not what I'm saying at all, right? But like, you know what I mean, right? Like, we're never gonna get hammering. You get what I feel like? I feel like we're never gonna get hammering. And because we're never gonna get hammering, what's the point of drilly, right? That's how I see it. I feel like if we're not gonna get hammering, what's the point of drilly? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say never, like never say never realistically. Never say never. Never say never. Never say never. But like, come on, bro. If y'all really 100% believe that we're going to get thing, you're crazy. But you know who we do need to see? We need to see you, dude. Cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Anyways, you guys let me know who you guys think. Maybe I'm missing some characters, but who do you guys think is gonna be playable and stuff like that, right? Because obviously Prika and Mint are not gonna be playable. Like, it's just obvious, you know what I'm saying? So who do you guys think is going to be playable within 2026 from the characters we know of right now? And then also, who are you most excited for, or who do you want to drop so badly? Not only that, what else is there? What else? There's another question I had. And oh, it's out the brain. I'm sorry, y'all. It's your boy Zxous. I'm out. Peace.